Two Jews, both big and tall, no subject too small for the good guys. A Mother's Dream premium podcast team, make it your weekly routine. It's a Good Guys. And if you don't give us 5 stars, what are you nuts? What are you nuts? Yeah, we're the good guys, we're not the great guys. We're just so good guys. Whoa.
Mazel morons. I just got a massage the other day that reminded me that I was alive. Ben, do you get touched?
Do I get touched?
Like
I love massages.
I know you love massages, but like, does your wife touch you since she's been pregnant? My wife doesn't.
Interesting. My wife, I think, like, has never touched me more.
Really?
Yes, she has, and she will be the first person to say this. She has become. We are so unbelievably attached to the point that I can't leave the house for a minute. Like, not a single minute. I went the other night. I had a friend's birthday dinner. I very rarely leave the house at night. He had invited me, and like, this was not good. Like, by an hour in, she was like, you have to come home, and I came home. So yeah, no, literally the polar opposite. I guess touched is different, like hugs and stuff. Am I getting a back rub? Of course not. What are you, nuts?
Right.
Like, no back rubs. I give myself a back rub. But no, like hugs and stuff. Yeah, she's needed them more than ever. Is Paige the opposite?
Total opposite. And it was funny because I don't really ever get massages, but when I do, and I recently did because I've just been having like crazy TMJ and neck pain and whatnot. And it was like, I think 15 minutes into it where I literally felt like it was like a hand on your shoulder after you lost the big game.
Yes, a pat on the back. There's really nothing. There's nothing in the world better than a good massage. Nothing at all. Especially when they incorporate light stretching. Josh, you know how I feel about light stretching. Did she do a little light stretching?
She did. It was of the Thai variety, but it just was like, it was as though it reminded me that I exist. I was like, oh yeah.
Where did she focus?
They always go any areas of concern. And I go neck and shoulders.
Neck and shoulders.
Because what I really want to say is, can you just give me diggy on my arms?
Yeah.
But if I say that, they look at you askance.
It's neck. You ever do head? Head is great. Not like asking them to give you head. Head as in cut that out.
No, you're right. Because there's so many of these places that like men do that all the time. And as I've gotten older, it just seems more and more nuts that you would ever let someone do that to you.
Insanity. Complete insanity. Did you not read about Bill Belichick? It almost ruined his life.
Not Bill Belichick, the guy.
Yes. Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft.
Yeah.
Okay, but Bill Belichick just is like dating a 25-year-old. I'm sure he also goes to the massage parlor, okay, for those things. But yes, Robert Kraft. What are you, nuts? Like, you're going to some random place? No, I don't trust that at all. Also, that's like going to an unlicensed chiropractor, Josh. You're going in there to have some like floozy give you a back rub. What if you come out where your spine's broken? No? Is this not of concern?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, good to know.
I think their minds on many other things.
Well, I'm going in there, Josh, and I'm asking for a scalp massage. Okay, what do you think of scalp massages? I love them. Nice temples. And when they dig in deep over here in the temples, it's fantastic. Sometimes I'll ask for a little sinus rub, up and down the eyebrows into the bridge of the nose.
Yes.
You just got to hope that they wash their hands. Otherwise, you can smell their lunch.
No, for sure. I love neck and shoulders. I love feet, and like a little leg rub is nice. But overall, I'm just like but like I've tried to, I don't know why. Sometimes I feel like now that I'm like a married man, I'll be like, in the interest of modesty, I'm going to wear my underwear. And it's
not
like,
me.
You just can't. It's ridiculous.
It's actually implying that you think that there's some funny business going on. The normal thing to do is go in completely naked.
Right.
Okay? Completely naked. That's normal. They're not thinking that there's any funny business going on. Honestly, if a place tells you to keep your underwear on, funny business.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dirty birdie o'clock.
That means that they have patrons coming in there that are wanting the wrong things. You go into a nice place, they expect you to be completely naked, and that way you're most flexible. That way they don't have to, it's much more awkward if they slightly tug down your underwear to reach the top of your ass. Like, no, just rub lower back. It's totally normal.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I will say now, what's your I'm a $20 for an hour, and then if it's in 90 minutes, I'll do $40 tipping. Tipping.
I was like, where are you going?
And I only get massaged in Bali, Indonesia. I just got shiatsu in Jakarta.
So where do you go? My place, $20 an hour. I'm like, is she like the meth head on the street?
I get it at the mall right next to the Claire's.
Yeah, tipping. Okay, yes. 20 for an hour, 30 for 90. That's good. I typically do it kind of like I'm at a restaurant. Maybe it's too much, but like I'll typically give 20%. So like if it's like a cheaper, if it's like $100 massage, I'll give 20. I get really screwed when it's like one of those expensive ones where it's like $300 or something, which I very rarely do. They're not. I used to think that they were better. They're just not. I found this place, Josh, the next time you're in the city, Fifth Avenue Spa. It sounds fancy, but it's not. 57th between Madison and 5th. It's like the 4th floor of a building. It's $135 for an hour, but this place is class, but there's no frills.
Right.
There's no steam room. There's no sauna. There's no pool. There's no nothing. But I don't want that. Like, I just want to go in there and get a good rub. If I need to use the cold plunge, the facilities, I go to Live Method. But no, I'm not paying for that. It's not like a gym membership, you know?
Totally. And if it is $300, to your point, it's not because it's not for the massage, it's for everything else. It's for
Correct.
the schwitz and the steam and the lemon
Correct.
water and the whole thing.
Yeah, which like you need maybe max once a year. Max, if you want to like have like a nice relaxing spa day. But if you're like somebody that likes massages, you're wasting your money going to places like that all the time. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. Yeah, I love them. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Nutrafol. Folks, we can't all have hair like Bruce Soffer. We can't all have hair like my dad with that gorgeous, flowing mane, mid-60s. Looks like Fabio. Are you kidding me? What are you, nuts? Meanwhile, over here, I'm in my early 30s. I don't understand. I'm just happy that there is a solution, folks. A whole body approach and clinically tested solution to help you understand. Help your body understand why you're losing hair and how to put it back. You may have heard of Nutrafol's hair growth supplements and wonder, do they actually work? It's a fair question. Many hair supplements overpromise and underdeliver, but Nutrafol, my friends, is different as the #1 dermatologist recommended hair growth supplement brand. It's trusted by over 1.5 million people, including me, and it's clinically tested to deliver real results in just 3 to 6 months. While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol clinically tests its final formulas using advanced hair measurement tools like hair counts and pull tests to track real improvements in growth, quality, shedding, and texture. Imagine having that job where you're counting hairs. And it's not just backed by studies. Their research is published in peer-reviewed journals and vetted by doctors, ensuring scientific rigor and reliable results. Building a hair growth routine is easy. Order online, no prescription needed. Enjoy free shipping, automated deliveries, and up to 20% savings with a Nutrafol subscription. Plus, get free naturopathic doctor consults and a Headspace meditation membership. So, folks, start your hair growth journey with Nutrafol. For a limited time, Nutrafol is offering our listeners $10 off your first month subscription and free shipping when you go to Nutrafol.com and enter the promo code GoodGuys10. Find out why Nutrafol is the best-selling hair growth supplement brand at Nutrafol.com, spelled Nutrafol.com, promo code GoodGuys10. That's Nutrafol.com, promo code GoodGuys10. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Bobby. Folks, we're going to talk about breastfeeding, okay? Grow up. What are you, nuts? Let's be real for a second. Feeding your baby isn't a one-size-fits-all. That's why Bobby exists, to support you, mama, wherever you are in your journey. Whether you're exclusively formula feeding, combo feeding, or just need a backup can in the pantry, Bobby has your back. Bobby's formulas are USDA organic, clean label certified, and modeled after breast milk, so they're easy on tiny tummies. Choose from their OG, much-loved organic original infant formula, their grass-fed whole milk recipe, which is their gentler options for sensitive bellies, or their exciting new organic whole milk recipe. I'm telling you, folks, Bobby is a proudly mom-founded and mom-led team that set a new standard for infant formula. Over 500,000 parents trust Bobby to nourish their babies, and they're just getting started. I know so many moms using Bobby, and they absolutely love it. They love the flexibility. They trust the formula. I have so many friends that absolutely love Bobby because no matter how you choose to feed, formula only, combo feeding, or just needing a can in case, you're always supported with zero judgment and all the real reliable formulas. Reliable formulas, folks. That's what you can expect from Bobby. And today, folks, Bobby is offering an additional 10% off your purchase with the code GOODGUYS. Visit hibobby.com to find the Bobby formula that fits your journey. That's HIBOBBIE.com. Use promo code GOODGUYS.
Do you ever find that your friends who have more traditional 9-to-5s ever resent you, not because you don't work incredibly hard, but because you don't have a formal schedule like that?
It's interesting that you say that. I think that because I had a formal schedule for so long, my friends still feel like I do. And with Spritz, I definitely work. I have gaps in the day, like when we'll record, or if like I have something, I have more flexibility, but I still structure my day on like a 9 to 6 and I fill in the gaps. But it's as traditional as I can get it. Do my friends resent it? Not really. Sometimes, like in the beginning, they didn't get it. Like I'll tell them like, oh, I'm doing, I don't know. I'm doing something on a Friday and they're like, oh, must be nice. And right. I shot that down quick. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Okay. Like fucking loser, must be nice. Like, no, I'm working like 9 times as hard as you. Just because you work 40 hours a week, I'm working 24/7, even if I'm not working. Like I'm always working. You're always working. You're like on a Saturday, like you're always thinking. Thinking is working.
I think I'm very careful with this because I don't like any, I have a little bit of a pet peeve for anyone who, not saying you or I do this, but in general, who they're always busy because they're either always working. Like my friends who are the most powerful and most successful seem to always have time for the things that matter.
Of course.
And that includes me, right? And then my friends who are fiending busy and being busy because Instagram told them they should look busy. Those are the people where I'm like, well, you're extremely busy, but I am not seeing the results.
Yes, and I often find, honestly, that it's my least successful friends that always tell me how busy they are.
That's exactly right.
Always, for a fact, no question. What I meant by my comment before was that, like, when you are self-motivated and when you have jobs like we do, you are always on.
Sure.
That's more what I meant. Not always working. You always find time for the things that are important, no matter what. But you're never off. Like when you work that traditional 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, you leave the office, you're so excited to not check your email until Monday. I'm so excited to check my email every single time I have my phone. Like it's a problem how often I'm on email. I wake up on a Saturday morning, I check my email because I want to. Like it's not like I don't consider it work. That's more what I meant. But yes, it's always the person who makes the least amount of money that's like, oh man, I'm so busy. I'm like, why? Stop it.
I just never I'm like, I have 3 kids, 5 jobs, and and somehow I have all the time. Like I just figure it out.
It's also because you don't burden people with your stresses. There are some people who love to do that. Like they'll call, and that's not that you're not an open person. I think we're both like this. Like we'll call each other and the first thing I'll say, what's going on? Your first thing is not to tell me what's wrong. right? We're just going to have a normal conversation. But there are people, you call them and you're like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, oh, awful day. And they'll go in detail their awful day. It's just like dumping on you.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't know. I think that like you feel really, really busy when you're always stressed. I think stress plays a huge role too in it, where you're just like always thinking and always, you're like, you can't get out of your own way. Does that make sense?
Totally. And what do you think about, because I've had some issues with friends as of late who, Bill Burr has this great bit of like, you get a what am I doing with my life chat with your friends once a year. You get one of those a year. Maybe two. Yeah. I'm speaking for myself. If you're an actor, okay, you get two because it's nuts, stupid business. But it's falling apart. But it's been a bad couple years. Oh, the writers want to strike. That'll be good. Right after COVID. Smart. We're falling apart. No, it's good. And then we struck after because we're smart actors. Fucking who voted for that? We weren't allowed to not vote for it, like the vaccines. But you know, like you get one or two of those a year, and it's not that I don't care about my friends who are like constantly, it seems, going through mishigas. But as an adult, if you are of the neurotic kind, which I certainly am, it is incumbent on you to find healthy ways in which to deal with that privately, which is therapy, which is going to the Schwitz, which might be spirituality, meditation, religion, working out. There are so many avenues in which there's such a first line of defense to mitigate a lot of that inner turmoil, mishigas. And then if there's something really going on in your life, or there's something that's really lingering, then bring it up with a friend, but don't give them the radioactive fallout. You know what I mean? Like clean up as much as you can before you give it to me.
Yeah. And if you're going to ask for advice, actually want it.
That's right.
Okay. I've had enough of this because I've had this many a time where somebody comes to me with a problem. And I'm a problem solver. If you're going to come to me with a problem, Josh, I'm going to tell you how to fix it, or I'm going to fix it for you. And you should know that coming to me. If you're looking for somebody to just have an ear, I'm the wrong person. So know that about me. Know that if you're coming to me to complain, I'm not here to listen to you. If you're coming to me to complain and you want an actionable solution, or you want me to fix your problem, I'll fix your problem, and I'll be so excited to do it. Like so excited to drive you somewhere, to pick something up for you, to help you find a new job, to whatever it may be. But if it's just an ear, I hate that. I absolutely hate when somebody comes for advice and they don't want to hear it. Why'd you come to me? What are you, nuts? And to what you said before, just because I think it's a general mindset thing with some people. When we had the great Jay Shetty on, which if you haven't listened to that episode, what are you, nuts? It was fantastic. He spoke about, I'm definitely going to butcher this. I think it was called the red balloon theory or the red car theory. It was something like that, where it was the essence was, if you're always fixated on a red car, all that you're going to see is red cars. And this is a fact. If you are fixated on all of the problems in your life, all that you will see is problems in your life. I guarantee it that if you fixate on all of the good things in your life, I don't care how horrible you think your life is, you will see better things in your life and you will consider yourself more fortunate. It is a fact, no question. And people are going to say, or maybe they won't because they listen to us and they love us, but some people would say, oh, it's just because you have a great life. And it's like, no, I have great perspective on my great life. But if I wanted to wake up every single day and find problems, I could.
What do you think, Olivia? Do you have that in your life?
Yeah, I have. I definitely have had some friends who I've found have had like more struggle than others. And, you know, I think for me, I'm always like, I love to be the listening ear. I'm like, I will sit here and you just tell me and like, we'll talk about it, you know, all night, whatever. Mm-hmm. But it's like, you need to, I think the thing about that though, is like you were saying, there's a window of time where it's like, okay, you need to just get this out and process it, verbalize, what have you. But after that, if you're not taking the actionable steps that, you know, we maybe have come to in the conversation, you've come to on your own, whatever it might be, like you have to take those steps, because I don't want to keep having the same conversation over and over again.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
It's like you have to take the accountability, and I will always be there as a friend to support and encourage and cheer you on, and I'll be an ear, you know, a listening ear. But you have to be able to, like, I can't fix things for you, you know? You have to be willing to put that work in yourself.
I agree. And I also think it's funny. I do this with my wife and I do it with my big brother as well. But my wife especially, where I will say to her, listen, when we are done here, I'm going to do what you tell me to do. But let me make my case. I really do. I go, let me lay it all out for you, what I'm thinking. But no, I am going to do what you say. And I find that is a virtue because, again, I have friends who like will constantly seek my advice and never take it. And I'm like, it gets
Why'd
exhausting.
you ask?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, why did you ask me? Why did you trauma dump on me just so that I could feel bad and not help you? Like,
Right.
I have the ability to help you. So do you want that? That's what I mean by that red balloon, red car, whatever the fuck it is theory. It's whatever it is. It's like, do you want to stay in this cycle of where your life fucking sucks? If you're coming to me and I can fix something for you, but you don't want it, so then don't tell me. Just enjoy your shitty existence. Clearly, this is something that's important to me because, like, it happens. It's the worst. It's the absolute worst. God, we were such a deep podcast.
We are. And just to reiterate, I think as an adult, your job, if you are of the neurotic type, like my wife isn't. Like, she just ain't. She's not made like that. She's got her own things, which every human being on this earth has. But she doesn't spin out that much about herself. She's not self-centered in the extreme the way that I am. But I will say that, like, I have enough. And by the way, you know how, if you really need an ear, like, pay a therapist. They do sliding scales. You don't have a lot of money. You can find a shrink that'll do it for super cheap.
Use ChatGPT.
Use ChatGPT in any language.
And just dump your problems. Like, hey, I'm having a bad day. What's wrong? Oh, you know, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you should try this. That works. Use ChatGPT.
I agree. But this is all like, you need a first line of defense that hopefully, unless it's an emergency or something like really out of the ordinary, that isn't a person like in your life. Your first line of defense needs to be meditating, prayer, workout, support group, therapy. Like, there's so many things. Wellbutrin. Shout out Wellbutrin. Wellbutrin XL, 150 milligrams. I'm still on my starting dose and it's working great. 3 years in.
Love it. That's great.
Love it. Time release. But you know what? Around noon, I go, oh man, you know, I could double up.
This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by our friends at Momentous. Folks, you know that we love protein. We love creatine. We love omega-3s. We love it all at the Good Guys Podcast. If we can eat it, we're going to eat it, okay? And that's why we love Momentous. Because let me talk to you, okay? Let me talk to you about the Momentous 3 right here. This is a jam-packed supplement made up of protein, creatine, and omega-3s all in one. Expert research shows most people don't get adequate amounts of any of these 3 nutrients from diet alone, yet they form the critical foundation to long-term health and performance. If taken daily, this routine supports every cellular function of the brain and body, from muscle recovery and growth to focus and energy. Taking the Momentous 3 is the easiest way to drive the biggest impact on health span and help you continue to do what you love for longer. Momentous ensures every product in their range adheres to the Momentous standard, rigorous testing backed by science, and the highest quality of ingredients. No gums, fillers, artificial flavors, or sweeteners, none of that junk. They never compromise, so you don't have to either. And every product in the Momentous 3 uses from the highest quality, most bioavailable ingredient sourcing. Momentous Creatine uses CreaPure, the purest form of creatine monohydrate available, an absolute must for both men and women for peak physical and cognitive performance. Momentous Protein uses grass-fed whey protein isolate, and Momentous 3 omega-3s is just it. Folks, if this is something that might interest you, and if you're ready to switch it up to a company who's doing things differently and putting you first, head to livemomentous.com and use code GOODGUYS for 35% off your first subscription. That's code GOODGUYS, Good Guys, at livemomentous.com. livemomentous.com for 35% off your first subscription. This episode of the Good Guys podcast is brought to you by our friends at Chewy. Folks, you know we are a big pet household. We lost our dear Theo. So sad. Cancer. Ugh, why did I bring that up? But now we have our beautiful Romeo, almost 2 years old. So perfect. Theo loved Chewy. Romeo loves Chewy because Chewy has something for everyone's pets. Everyone's pets. Literally everyone's pets. There are thousands of products. All the brands, all the food, all the treats, all the beds, you name it, for every type of animal. Every animal. I personally like dogs. Maybe you like cats. Who knows? Maybe I'm cool. Maybe you're a little bit of a weirdo. Who knows? Maybe you have birds, fish, reptiles. What are you, nuts? Who wants a reptile in the home? I digress. No, leave them in the woods. Ugh. I digress. To keep them healthy, Chewy offers pet prescriptions, pet insurance, telehealth visits, and is even rolling out vet clinics across the country. They're so cool. They're so on top of their stuff. Thanks to Chewy's auto ship feature, I'm never getting that "I'm so disappointed" look from Romeo. He's never like, "What the heck, Dad? I ran out of food." Romeo never runs out of food because his food comes on auto ship from Chewy. And speaking of not worrying, Chewy has top-tier 24/7 customer service. I can get expert advice over chat or phone day or night. Plus, if Romeo or I don't love something, Chewy's 100% satisfaction guarantee lets me return it within a year with no questions asked. So, folks, you obviously are already ordering on Chewy. If you're not, what are you, nuts? I'll give you a little deal here, okay? Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/goodguys. That's chewy.com/goodguys to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. chewy.com/goodguys. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details. Speaking of time release, Josh, I was just told about a new product. I don't remember the name, okay, but it's very early stage, and we could invest in it if we want. I was just told about this product. You ready for this? Extended release, okay? Melatonin and caffeine. You take it before you go to sleep. It doses you with melatonin for the first 6 hours, and then starting in the 7th hour, starts to dose you with caffeine so that when you wake up, you already have a half a cup of coffee in you. How genius is that?
Wow, I really have to think about this here.
Think about it. Think about the power of extended release in things other than a traditional pharmaceutical. I was fascinated by it.
Okay, let me start thinking about this. So what we're talking about is a small sphere within an orb, let's say, within the ring of a melatonin is a caffeine pill inside of it. Slowly, as it degrades in your small intestine, it's being delivered into all your systems. Yes. Here's my thought, first off. At what time do you want the melatonin? Do you want the melatonin to wear off at 6 hours? I would guess that would still give you a hangover.
I think that let's say it was less than that. I don't know the exact amounts. I just know that it doses you to go to sleep and then it doses you to wake up.
But I don't think you can do that. You call it the speedball. But I don't think you can do that. I don't think taking in caffeine while you're sleeping could be anywhere good for your circadian rhythms.
I have no idea. All I'm saying is that
stop pitching it.
I'm saying sometimes I wake up in the morning and I wish that I had had a shot of espresso already. How much better do you feel after that shot of espresso?
I mean, you know my ritual in the morning, right?
Yes.
I crack an ice cold either Prime or Alani, sometimes a Celsius energy drink, and So
imagine, Josh, if you cracked it while you were sleeping, so that when you woke up, you already had the Alani in you. You woke up with that Alani new feeling.
You've been watching too much of The Pit. You think you're a doctor now.
I am.
That's crazy. Speaking of that, you know this guy, Brian Johnson, the biohacker?
Oh, so quickly, you're out. We're not investing.
No, it's very dumb.
Okay, he doesn't want any more information. Okay, I'll come to you when it's $1 billion and we missed out and you'll say, fuck.
I know I will.
It's fine. Okay, we'll pass.
We'll pass. I'm not VC Joshy.
We'll pass.
I have a scarcity complex.
No, you're statin.
I steal my in-laws' Netflix login.
And condoms from the OBG.
I'm nuts. I think that's why they don't have snacks in the Dear Media kitchen anymore. They know that I was hoping them.
Oh, did they stop bringing them in?
Yes, Michael and Lauren put down a memorandum. I felt attacked. Olivia, what the shit is this?
They look at.
It's so deep in that kitchen. It's a nightmare.
They look at when you're on the schedule and they hide them.
It's crazy. Yes, I would bring a small tote, but what? So what? It's like I'm at Trader Joe's. I've got my canvas bag. I'm here. Oh, hello, Dear Media. Thank you. You know, I'll take one of Lauren's sex toys she has in the lobby. Oh, good. This is normal in a lobby.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Give me a mountain water and a vibrator.
Yes. Why? That is a double standard, right? Because sex toys, I think we've talked about this.
We have.
Yeah, it's for men, it's just you're a creep.
100%. Like, why can't I experiment with anal beads on my spare time? Like, what's wrong with that?
Yes, if you're a lady, you're adventurous. If you're us, you know, all of a sudden you're a weirdo.
You're a weirdo.
Should we get to a story?
Yes.
Okay, well, I can't wait. You know, in the New York Post, this pillow is designed just for screaming into, but does it relieve stress? Basically, according to the brand, the shoutlet is like a stress ball, but you yell into it instead of squeezing it. The idea is that screaming has a lot of benefits for stress relief, and lower stress also means better overall health. It's an instant mood lifter.
That is what we call a gimmick. That is, I think it's like, is there something about the technology in the pillow that maybe it's not as loud? Like, why can't you scream into a regular pillow?
I don't know. This is so, hold on. Hold on. I'm going to shout into the chair and see if you guys can hear it.
Okay.
Do you hear it?
I could hear it, and you also now have pink eye.
Oh my God.
Do you know how many people have sat in that chair before you and farted?
Wow, I just smelled Sheena. I just got a little wind of Gabby Windy. Shout out Dear Media hosts.
Oh, that's really funny.
Wow.
Yeah, I could hear. But yeah, I don't. Also, shouting into a pillow. I don't.
Shout into a gun. Have some balls.
Be a man.
It's dark.
No, it's good. It's excellent.
Wow.
We're not dark enough. Oh.
Well, people have just learned what a popular condom brand means. Durex is a company predominantly known for selling condoms and lubricants, launching its first birth control device in the 1950s. But the popular brand has existed since 1929, with the London Rubber Company registering the business name in that year. So I guess that Durex actually means or stands for... Okay, people think that Durex might have stood for durable sex or during sex. But what it really stands for is... The Durex name stands for durability, reliability, and excellence. Durex. So
Love
there
it.
you go.
That is the more you know.
How fun is that?
That is fun. The more you know. Durex. What a great, strong company. A great name in sex.
Well, did you know that my genitals changed while taking a common hair loss drug? This episode is brought to you by Nutrafol.
With Nutrafol, you'll grow a third ball.
Just kidding. This did not happen from Nutrafol. We would never.
No.
A 28-year-old man has revealed a heroin 9-month struggle with a popular hair loss drug that Ben might or might not be taking, describing the mostly sexual side effects that turned his life upside down. He knew friends who had been on it for years.
What's it called, though, just in case?
And he...
What's it called?
He got something called post-finasteride syndrome, a condition in which someone experiences severe side effects after they stop using finasteride. Oh boy.
And what happens?
He said he took one pill a day before he began to experience side effects, most of which were sexual, so he decided to stop taking the drug. And in a few weeks, he felt normal again. And 3 months later, he experienced a sharp burning pain in his pelvic area, a symptom that intermittently persisted for months before going away.
But so it went away. It sounds like this guy is looking for things to complain about, okay? Like, you were bald. You needed to do something about your male pattern baldness because you were ugly. And you should stop complaining, okay? Like, you're fine. So you have a burning pelvis. At least your hair looks good.
Wait, and then he said all of a sudden he experienced a crazy high libido, so he assumed it had just taken 6 months for the drug to fully flush out of his system. Then on July 9th, something just turned off. He said, I was literally impotent for 3 weeks. A month later, I started getting crazy insomnia. For 10 days straight, it was hell. I was shit scared. Nuts.
This guy is nuts, okay?
He also experienced severe weight and muscle loss. His genitals changed, and the pelvic pain returned with a vengeance, rendering him unable to sit properly.
Okay, is it possible that, like, this guy is blaming this drug, but, like, he has a real disease? Like, I don't know. I don't know what osteoporosis is, but it sounds like he could have osteoporosis.
Yeah.
Do you know what osteoporosis is, Josh?
Yeah, it's your bones losing calcium, brittle bones.
It told you. That's what it sounds like he has.
Well, our last story is Gen Z is bringing back sexy porn fetish, but critics warn it's promoting dangerous body trend. Basically, tan lines. People are into tan lines.
By the way, me too.
Me too.
They're hot. They're fucking hot.
Okay, let's try to reverse engineer why we think they're attractive. What do you think, Ben?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. First and foremost, everybody looks better with a tan, no question.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to see your marshmallowy skin. Go to the beach, sit on your terrace, just look at the sun, okay? Look at the sun, get a nice tan. I think that tan lines, I have no idea, but they're fucking hot, but I don't know why. Unless I get them. Then it's like, why does Ben have a farmer's and glasses tan? But when other people get them, they're hot.
Yeah, like when I get a tan line from my Casio watch, and there's just like a nice little pale buckle right here. I agree. My armchair theory is that there's a couple things. One, it gives place. So it's giving vacation, it's giving summer, it's giving lack of inhibition.
Yes.
Which I think people pine away for, especially when you get older, of the time when you were like younger and hooking up and having fun and whatnot. Plus there's like a vitality to it. And then there's also this idea of like, oh wow, like it shows that like you were hiding so little. Like when you had on your bathing suit, like wow, it was millimeters away from showing people something that we don't allow.
Perhaps it was that. Yes.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Have you ever been to a nude beach?
I told you I've been to a nude beach in Hawaii once, but I was wearing a bathing suit, and they were just like, you can look, just don't stare. And I was like, cool.
I remember this story. Yeah, nude beaches are weird. That said, why are they weird? It should be normal to want to tan your entire body. Like if I was a woman, I don't want like just my stomach to be tan, but my tits to be like ghostly white. I want everything tan. It should be totally normal.
Agreed.
Just saying. That said, I don't think you want a burnt nipple. As a woman, you don't want a burnt nipple. So you'd have to really apply some really significant 100-proof sunscreen to your nipples.
Oh my God. Have you ever boogie boarded in a very salty sea? It's all
yes,
you need.
I have.
Oh my God. The chafing?
Awful.
Beyond.
Awful. Have you ever worn one of those pinnies without anything under them when you're playing basketball and you have that rubbing against your nipple? Awful.
Terrible.
Awful.
I agree.
Have you ever taken dose for a week and your nipples were itchy? Like,
shout out dose.
Shout out. This episode of the Good Guys Podcast is brought to you by Robody. Folks, you know we love an injection here at the Good Guys Podcast, but getting your hands on Ozempic or Wegovy is enough of a hassle. Negotiating with your insurance provider? What are you, nuts? It's too much. You don't need this. You don't have time for this. But if you're curious about Ozempic and Wegovy, but not sure if insurance covers it, that's where Ro comes in. Let's be real, no one likes calling their insurance provider to see if their medication is covered, especially not for GLP-1s like Ozempic or Wegovy. You don't want that. You don't have time for that. And Ro's Insurance Checker lets you know if you're covered for GLP-1s completely for free. Ro can help you understand if GLP-1s like Ozempic and Wegovy are right for you and your goals. But that's just the beginning. If you're eligible for GLP-1s and want to see if you're covered, all you have to do is submit your insurance card, and Ro will take care of the rest. No paperwork, no negotiating, no waiting on hold. Ro's free insurance checker will send you a comprehensive report of your coverage details, so you can make a decision that's right for you, your goals, and your budget. Plus, Ro members have support throughout the process. You'll have access to your provider on demand for any questions. Folks, join the over 350,000 people who've trusted Ro to check their coverage for free. GLP-1s are it. I've said it before. I'll say it again. If you need them, they're fantastic. Go to ro.co/good for your free insurance check. That's ro.co/GOOD to see if your insurance covers GLP-1s for free. Go to ro.co/safety for black box warning and full safety information about GLP-1 medications.
Should we get to a speak pipe?
Yeah.
If you want to leave us a message, get some advice, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. Keep it brief. Brevity is key. Ask us questions for advice and nothing else. We don't want to hear it. This one's from, I don't know.
What the fuck is up, morons? This is kind of a serious topic, so I'm going to get right into it. I have a friend. She notoriously loves to drink and drive. That's her prerogative.
Whoa.
She's hit things while driving. She does not remember getting home while driving. It's concerning. She also has an almost 3-year-old child.
Oh.
And sometimes this child is in the car with her when she has been drinking or is currently drinking while driving.
Oh.
And I work in a profession where I am a mandated reporter. And
What does that mean?
I struggle with it, and
Tattletale.
I would love to not just report this person, but I would love to have a conversation. But as two dads, one potentially to be and one currently also a dad, please give me advice. Do I not say anything because I'm not a mom? Do I say something because it's required by I don't know what the fuck to do. Please help, because I'm fucking concerned for her child's safety and her own and others on the road, and please help.
Wow. That's fucking crazy. Josh, I'll let you go first with active children. Tell us, and then I'll go.
Listen, if you're with her at a night when she wants to drive drunk, with or without a kid, you take her fucking keys and you throw them in the woods. Like, you put yourself in between her and that vehicle. It doesn't matter. Call the police. Fuck her. Forget about it. It's crazy. It's so nuts. It's the worst thing one can do. You put your own life and your kid's life for sure in danger, but then you could put someone else's life in danger too. Throw her keys. Call the police. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. And sit her down. Like, if this is an actual friend, sit her down and tell her that, like, you need an intervention, just like an intervention with anything else. Like, you need to say, you're a mother and you're endangering your child. Like, it's not cool at all. It's not cool whatsoever. There's nothing cool about this. You must stop immediately. Otherwise, we can't be friends. Part of growing up, I don't know if we've spoken about this, Josh, it's okay to shed friends. It's okay to look at somebody and maybe you grew up and they never did, and their choices no longer reflect the type of people that you want to associate yourself with. And I'm sorry, I personally, if I had a friend that enjoyed drunk driving with her 3-year-old, that would reflect poorly on me. Like, somebody would see her and say, oh, she's friends with Ben. what must Ben be doing? Your friends are a reflection of you. And this person, this is not a good apple. This is no good. Try and reason with them. Try and have them change course. Otherwise, don't be friends with them and call the cops or call that person's, I would assume there's a father. I don't know what the deal is, but a grandparent, call someone. No good. I don't like that story at all.
And by the way, drinking and driving, unacceptable. Drinking and eating, awesome. Just pitch to her, be like, sober up, and then go through a drive-through and stuff your face while you're driving. I love driving and eating.
It's interesting that you bring that up. I also love driving and eating, but sometimes I feel a little reckless. Like the other day, I was fully driving with a cone. I got a vanilla cone.
Heck yes.
And I was like licking the cone one hand, driving the other, eating the bottom, slurping it out, finishing it. Like there is an element. I know it's not illegal, but there's an element because I love eating and driving. But there's an element of it's dangerous sometimes. You have to be careful with what you're eating.
Totally agree. Could not agree more. Next one's from Anonymous.
Hey Josh. Hey Ben. Baruch Hashem. I am not Jewish, but I have learned that phrase from listening to you guys.
Well done,
I
BH.
have a babysitter question for you dads. We had our first non-family member watch our 11-month-old son the other day for a few hours, and I asked her what's her hourly rate. This 15-year-old girl had the audacity to tell me $30 an hour. Are you kidding me? What is the going rate these days for a babysitter?
Don't ask next time. I appreciate the hustle. I hate when people feel like that. Like you asked me what my rate was. I'm not going to tell you that my rate is $10 an hour. I'm going to tell you that it's 30. You're then going to tell me I'm only comfortable paying you 15 and we're going to settle on 20. So honestly, props to the 15-year-old for highballing you first because you're going to lowball her after. And if she goes in with her lowest, she's getting screwed. If you only wanted to pay her $15, you should have just said, the job is $15 an hour. Take it or leave it. Josh?
I agree. 30's steep. We have a lovely person who comes and helps out with Shy and then the baby for a couple hours a week, and she gets paid almost 30, and that's because she's like a professional at it and in her 60s and like has decades of experience helping take care of children. So yeah. And she gets a nice bonus. We take care of her. Nice. But you're 15. So $1 for every year. No, I'm kidding. But like $20.
$20 is
and
right.
A pizza.
For sure. but I appreciate her. Like if you ask somebody, how much should I pay you? Well, it's totally in her right to throw out a number. She'll definitely take 15 though. Go back to her. And if not, she's too entitled and too rich to be babysitting. Okay, go find somebody cheaper. Also, why do you need the 15-year-old? Can you get somebody that's a little bit more experienced? I'm sorry. Like, go and find, I like what you said, Josh, a nice 60-year-old woman, a professional, very experienced. This is right. I don't want to play roulette with a 15-year-old.
Yes.
Just saying.
I agree. The 15-year-old, it's yeah.
You never know.
You got to work for cheap, babe. I did. I worked for Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Same.
Next one from Anonymous.
Hey, good guys, quick question. What would you do if you had a friend that always wants to ask you questions about your life and always wants to know your business, but when it comes to their life and their business, they don't want to say anything? To me, I feel like then you shouldn't ask me because this is not a one-sided friendship, you know? Or am I crazy? Have you guys dealt with this? And if so, how do you deal with this? It's like becoming new for her. And I just don't know what to do because I feel like I'm sharing because we've been friends for 20 plus years, but she doesn't share anything. And I don't know. What would you guys do?
This is a very unique problem. I've never heard of somebody that was upset that somebody wasn't sharing enough with, or, right? Doesn't it seem backwards? She's upset that her friend will share too much with her, but she won't share enough with them. I'm confused by the whole thing.
I've had friends in this scenario who were very tight to the vest with anything personal going on in their life. And then they would ask me things which would require me to be slightly vulnerable and share with them. And it didn't feel like a two-way street.
Got it. I understand. Okay. So that's what she's saying. I understand now. And that person is not your friend. This is no good. This person is gathering information on you. This person is trying to figure out everything. And then they're going to write a scathing article and they're going to tank you and they're going to get you fired from your job. And they're going to tell your friends and family all of your deep, dark secrets while you're telling them nothing.
That's right. Maybe they work for the CIA. Maybe they're counter-Russian intelligence. You know what I mean?
I think so.
You're out there singing all your sad thoughts, and they're like, "Tell me more." Interesting. Don't worry where I'm from. I told you I'm from Scranton, PA, born and raised.
That's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. That's good.
You know, think about it. Your best friend's Russian intelligence.
Bravo. Bravo.
Oh my God. Okay, last question from Hopeless Romantic.
Hi, good guys. Thank you for the podcast. Thank you for how much you make me laugh. I love ya. This question is obviously for Josh and Ben, but also Olivia, because I would love a girl's perspective. I'm 25 years old and I'm a virgin by choice. I'm not waiting till marriage, but I am waiting until I'm completely in love with somebody because I only want to be intimate with one person that way my whole life. That's the goal, at least. And I've had a very hard time leading up to now with guys basically being okay waiting, and I'm totally fine with that. With them, I'm like, listen, I'm not going to think you're a bad guy. I'm not going to think you're a bad person. Like, be upfront with me. That's great. If you need to have sex to fall in love with me, then I don't think you were going to fall in love with me in the first place. So like, that's fine. But it's so tough to date in this world when I'm not having sex until I'm in love, because how can I tell someone on a first date, like, well, you need to make me fall in love with you first, and not have them run the other direction? So I guess my first question is, how do I go about that in this day and age where like sex on the first date is pretty normal, especially with my generation? And two, am I crazy to think that there's going to be a guy somewhere along the way that's like so down for me that he's like, I don't really care if I have sex with you in the first week, in the first month, even in the first year, or we wait till marriage because I love who you are and I just want to be with you? Am I crazy? Should I get off of my fairy tale pedestal? I would love to hear what you guys think. Thank you.
Olivia?
Yeah, Olivia, you
wanna
go first.
Cool. Yeah, so I hadn't met, I'm also 25. I hadn't met somebody who was.
I thought something else was
still-
coming after that. Yeah, I was about to be like, whoa!
No. But a good friend of mine out here, actually, she's been saving herself, or like, waiting to have sex with somebody until she's married. And she, like, I know for her, she went through like a big breakup a little while ago, and she was with this guy for like 2 or 3 years, and they never did anything, and they had a really good relationship, and they thought it was endgame, but like ended up not, being that way. Anyway, I just, it's a tricky position to be in, but I think that there will be somebody out there who can be in alignment with you, and I wanted to wait too until it was with somebody that I knew loved me and I loved when I was younger. It just happened for me at an earlier age than has happened for you. But I think just like keep holding on, stay true to like what you believe. Don't do something that you'll regret, But yeah, like just good luck. I know it's hard out there, but there's somebody out there for you for sure.
I agree. I think you hold out. I think that if it's what you want, somebody's gonna meet you at that. But I also wouldn't go like looking for a guy at a bar. Mm-hmm. Like you should be hunting for your specific person. I don't know what your religion is, but like maybe at church. Mm-hmm. Like maybe you should like look for somebody who comes from a family that like if you're going and you're like dating a bunch of hunters or football players, obviously they're going to sleep with you immediately. You know what I mean? Like I would make sure that you're looking in the right places. I didn't mean to throw hunters under the bus. Maybe there's some that are waiting for marriage to have sex. Yeah, I just think you'll find the right person, but you also need to be looking in the right places.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think you're probably, as you start getting into your late 20s, if you still haven't been with someone and you want that from the person you're with, I think it will probably, the religious route is sort of inevitable, because that just seems to be like someone who would share that ideal. But you guys tell me if I'm crazy. I kind of think like, if you don't want to do that, I totally respect it. But if there are other things you do want to do with someone who you are interested in, and it's moving towards that direction of becoming more serious and falling in love, like, I would say make that other stuff super fun. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yes.
No, totally. Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. Absolutely. You mean like the other stuff?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Right between where the shortstop stands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From heavy rubbing to no.
I do. Yeah.
But and by the way,
Yucky. Yuck.
and by the way, once you start hooking up with a partner for that long, you start wishing you started doing the other stuff more.
Yeah.
You're like, I could. Whatever happened to a hand job? Sorry.
Yeah. Foreplay is it.
Dude, foreplay is it, isn't it?
It's it.
Title.
It's it. For sure. Foreplay is it. Otherwise, why do we watch an entire movie? Why not just skip to the final scene?
Yeah.
There's no buildup. Why don't you just watch the last 6 minutes of the Knicks game? You don't even need quarters 1 through 3. You loser. No, you need foreplay.
Play's in the name. It's not for work.
No, it's foreplay.
Yeah,
I know.
That's a Chris Rock bit. It's like, why having a girlfriend's better than having a wife, because friends in the title.
That's good. That's good.
Should we get to our What Are You Nuts?
We should, Josh.
Our What Are You Nuts moment of the week are gripes with people, places, and things, both big and small. Everything sticking in your craw. Ben, what do you got?
You ever have this experience, Josh? You go maybe to a department store, okay? You buy a lot of things. You take them home. They just don't fit right. Or maybe you went to a store, you bought something expensive. You take it home and you changed your mind. You go back in the next day, fully expecting a refund. This was a big purchase. And they look at you and they say, store credit only. What are you, nuts? I just gave you my money yesterday. Okay, what kind of shakedown is this? I'm giving you back the goods. They're in perfect condition. The idea of a store credit only, I'm sorry, it's tacky, it's terrible, and I'm out on it completely. If it's food, what are you, nuts? Of course. You don't even give a refund. But if this is like an item, a tangible item that you can resell again, locking me into spending money at your store is a terrible experience. What are you, nuts?
I love that. I totally agree. Get out of here. Cashback only. My What Are You Nuts moment is phrases like, the silence was deafening.
Okay.
It's deep how you can be so shallow. Just say you're super shallow.
Yeah.
They were very quiet. I don't, what are you, nuts? Can't we just say it straight? It's not.
We don't need.
Stop
We don't
speaking
need all
in
the
poem.
drama. We don't need all the
silence
drama.
was deafening. Don't use opposites to describe what. That's why we have opposites.
We don't need it. I totally agree. Completely nuts. And Josh, you know what else is nuts?
What?
Not giving us 5 stars on this episode, folks. That would be nuts. What are you, nuts? Listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Watch us on YouTube. Share our clips. Instagram and TikTok. Mondays and Thursdays, folks. We will see ya next time.